Hello everyone, and I'm very happy to have with me Dr. Ashish Giri.
Thank you, ma'am.
He's a proud Damsonian and he secured an amazing rank of 71 in NEETPG 2019. Heartiest
ma'am.
congratulations, dear.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And how do you feel, Ashish?
Ma'am, it's always a dream for a medical aspirant to secure such a good rank in NEET.
Definitely.
And I feel in the top of the world currently.
Yes, it is a great achievement.
Yeah, ma'am.
It shows the amount of hard work that you've
Yeah.
put in, and it's always good to get rewards of your hard work.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And Ashish, you've been a regular class student with us?
Yeah, ma'am. I haven't done any coaching in my UG days in my MBBS, but I desperately found that I need some coaching. So there is no second option other than DAMS in my mind that time. So I joined DAMS. And that was quite really helpful for me.
And you've done the satellite regular course?
Yeah, ma'am.
And you've done it from Varanasi,
Yeah,
right?
ma'am, yeah.
That's amazing. So let's start from here only. And how did you decide that you needed a regular course? Because that's what a lot of other people would be thinking of now when they
Yeah.
start their preparation. So what made you think that you would want to go in for a regular course? That's number one that I would want you to tell them. And then what is the importance of attending these classes that you've attended this year and achieved a rank of 71?
Ma'am, first of all, theory, like MBBS is entire theory. That's securing good marks in theory, and MCQ pattern are entirely different. Ma'am, and first year subjects anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, and second subjects, ma'am, till the time we come to internship, those data are already off of our mind.
Yes, that's true.
So, ma'am, and to read an entire 19 subjects in 1 year and also to repeat it twice, thrice,
For
4
revision.
times, ma'am, it's quite a challenge. So, ma'am, I think that everyone needs a guidance, because without guidance, we will all be very haphazard
Yes.
and then end up in nothing.
Okay.
So, ma'am, for that, DAMS basically helped me in deciding my routine.
Okay.
Like, ma'am, for example, if I had my anatomy class in DAMS, then I thought that I must finish anatomy within this 1 week.
Okay.
And ma'am, I tried to do so, ma'am, and I secured a good rank.
That's great. So so that's basically how you decided. You thought that the number of subjects is vast,
Yes,
the
ma'am.
course is vast, but you have to do it in a shorter span of
And
time.
ma'am, these subjects like radiology, dermatology, they are not touched entirely in our UG days.
That's
So
true.
that's everything is very new for us. Even basic terms are new for us.
That's
So, ma'am, for that, and that is a very big chunk of this
The
NEETPG, ma'am.
exams.
So that's why.
Right. That's right. So that's how you decided that the regular course would be good to give you good high yielding information in the shortest possible
Yeah.
time. And
Yeah, ma'am, because to finish an entire subject in 2 days or 3 days, I think to read by itself, it's impossible to finish in 2 or 3 days, ma'am.
right, that's true. Okay. And then coming to attending the classes, what do you think it really makes a difference when you are sitting there for a class and you're listening to the teacher and you're making your notes and you're making concepts and
Exactly, ma'am. Like there are two of learning, like there is active learning and passive learning. So, ma'am, when you are in class, then you have made your mind that I have to study it at any cost. I won't sleep today. I won't
yes,
go to.
because I think it's very difficult to do it on your own when you are
Exactly,
at home
ma'am.
all the time. It's very impossible to see long videos just by sitting by
No.
yourself. That's
Ma'am,
quite
I hardly
impossible.
can see half an hour or 45 minutes. Even in
Yes.
movie, if I see, I can hardly see 45
Yes,
minutes.
so that's for a movie, and
ma'am,
imagine
some
seeing
friend
long
comes out.
video lectures.
Exactly.
So when you're sitting in a class and when you're interacting with the teacher, that makes a lot of difference in
Ma'am,
hearing your
discussing with your friends also.
Yes.
Like, ma'am, in room or in hostel, like every half an hour a friend comes and say, let's go to tea, let's go
Yeah.
somewhere, and you end up nowhere.
Exactly. So yes. So that it gives you a channel and it gives you a focused study, and you just follow the pattern and you follow the schedule, and
Exactly, ma'am.
and it sort of works out.
Like, ma'am, I was a very mediocre student in MBBS. Ma'am, no one have thought that I could score such a good rank, and
And this is an amazing rank
Exactly,
that you've
ma'am.
scored. So
Yes,
are
ma'am.
you the hero of the college now?
Probably, ma'am.
That's great. Okay. So, all right. And then let's come to the quality of the classes that we have at DAMS. Are you happy with what we've provided you as concise information for the exams?
Ma'am, the main highlight of DAMS is their faculty. Ma'am, they are top notch in the country. There's no doubt in that.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, when you get such a good mentors, then it's up to you. If you wanna study, then they are the best thing you can get.
Right.
I think so, ma'am.
Okay. And you've already told me about your strategy for the exam. So you said you attended the classes and the next week you finished
Yeah, ma'am.
reading the notes.
So, ma'am, by August, September, I had read everything once.
Okay.
And after that, I had my notes
Okay.
and I had my subject-wide test also. And then I repeated again and again, and it was like in my spinal level after that.
Wonderful. So that is what I was going to come to. So once you have done your notes and you've attended classes and cleared the conceptual part of it, then you started using the tests.
Exactly,
Right?
ma'am,
And at DAMS we're giving you a lot of questions in the form of subject-wise test with videos.
Well, the video was the highlight this year.
Yes. So do you think those videos were very useful?
Exceptionally helpful, ma'am. Ma'am, actually I saw those videos and then come to the question banks and then found that those were the past year questions and that was
Yes.
very high yield.
Yes. All right. Yes, because that's how the we select specially for the questions, whether it is subject wise or grant test. What do you think is the importance of giving the grant test right from the beginning?
Ma'am, reading is a different thing, and to sit in the exam hall for 3.5 hours
Yeah.
and attending 300 questions is a entire different thing. So ma'am, so
Right.
for that you need to have a lot of practice. Like some of my friends say that they only study and they don't give test, and they give test after the test has been declared, result has been
Okay,
declared.
okay.
So I think ma'am that's useless. You should feel the heat of the exam
Right.
within
So-
those 3.5 hours.
So every grant test you gave as a real exam, and,
Yeah, ma'am.
and that
So
helped
ma'am, I
you.
didn't have any phobia like in exam. It was
Right.
like a regular
Another grant test. that you
another
gave.
grant test.
Right. Okay. And do you think the quality of the grant test that we do in DAMS is good, and the selection of the questions and the video discussions that we do was good?
Yeah, it was good, ma'am, but it was matlab, it was good, and it was like if you know those questions, then you know everything.
Okay. So that means we've selected good
Standard
high-yielding
questions. Standard questions.
Right. Okay. And then we come to the revision part. So once you're done with your course and you have to do the revisions, what would you do for the revisions?
Like ma'am, studying the textbook or guidebook in the month of November, September, October is ma'am useless.
Yes, because you can't retain all
You
that
can't-
information.
You can't read it in 2 or 3 months the entire subject.
Yes.
So ma'am, my habit was to I had notes,
Okay.
and I used to write some important points of the last year questions
Okay.
on the side of my notes.
Okay.
And ma'am, revising that was very very easy and very less time consuming, ma'am.
Okay, so basically you use the notes only for
Yes,
revision, and anything other than around it that you need to know, you used to put
Yeah.
it there itself.
Like ma'am, in first like January, February, we think that this material is very less for us.
Yeah.
But ma'am, when we go on like November, September, we think that this is even very high.
Yes. So you have to understand that whatever is being provided to you is already more than
It's
enough.
more than sufficient, ma'am,
Right.
because
And
you need
that's-
not to score 300 out of 300.
And that's what I was coming to you. Do you ever felt that with regular course you need to collect more material, or things like that?
No, ma'am, it was around that, ma'am. If you know these subjects, then this will definitely help you to score excellent rank, ma'am. If you want to study further and further, that's good. But
Yeah. So you can just keep studying and
ma'am,
studying
within
otherwise.
1 year,
Yes, that's
you
true.
have to give a result.
And coming to assessing the grant test, a lot of people would give the papers. Now I want to know that when you start giving grant tests, your score might be low, your rank
Yeah.
might be low. How did you focus on improving that rank, improving the number of correct questions in the subsequent grant tests?
Ma'am, the main thing I think it's endurance. The level of energy you had at the beginning
Right.
month January, you need to keep that till December.
Okay.
That's the ma'am. I think that's the main thing. You don't think about anything. You just think that I'll study, and I'll definitely get a good rank.
So you persist and
Yeah,
you
you
keep
push
the
beyond your
enthusiasm
limits.
going.
Yeah, ma'am.
That's very, very important. Right. And now if we come to the months closer to the exams, as you said, you revise 19 subjects close to the
Yeah, ma'am.
exam. So what should be the strategy close to the exams?
I'm close to exams. I think just read the important points. Like last year, you should always do last year questions, because I think, ma'am, this year also many of the questions were direct repeats and
Okay.
direct one-liners.
And here I would like to add or ask you that at DAMS we are providing you the last 3-4 year exam questions in the e-medicals,
Yeah,
again
yes.
with solutions and video discussions as well. So do you think doing that is useful as well?
Yeah, ma'am. You should see those videos on the end months after around everything
Your basic theory content is
is
done.
clear.
Yeah.
Then that would be very helpful, ma'am.
Okay. And did you give the CBTs?
Yeah, ma'am.
So how was the experience of the CBT?
Ma'am, I didn't give CBT 1
Okay,
because I think the preparation was not
up to the mark.
up to the mark.
Right.
But I gave CBT 2 and I had a decent rank, ma'am.
Okay, and do you think that it helped you push towards the later exam? And
Ma'am,
the
I
NEET?
think that CBT 2, the environment in the CBT 2 was exactly similar to the
Okay.
NEET.
So it
And the
gave
software
you
was also same.
Okay, so it gave you the confidence to.
Yeah, ma'am.
And we also divided the paper into part A, part
Yeah,
B,
ma'am.
and part C, just like it was in the exam. And this year again, NEET had a good number of visual questions.
Yeah, ma'am.
And we at DAMS want to provide you everything under one roof. And with the
DVT,
regular
yes.
course, yes, we would give everything as a part of the course itself. So yes, how was the DVT useful for you?
Ma'am, I think DVT made me realize that I had that I am in a good state of.
Okay, that's amazing. Yes, because it's towards the end and it's like a
And
rapid.
you brush up, it's like brushing up your
exactly.
basics and everything.
And do you think that you or did you use that material towards the end, the DVT material
Yeah,
for
ma'am. Yeah,
revisions?
yeah. I attended the entire DVT.
Okay,
I didn't skip even a single class.
okay.
And ma'am, I found that very helpful.
You found it useful. Great. And now coming to the exam experience, when you go for an exam, especially like NEET, and you're under a lot of stress, what do you think is important on the day so that you're able to give out your best?
Ma'am, I think that the day before exam, you need to relax your mind.
Okay.
And you should have at least 8 to 10 hours of good sleep. And ma'am, I think that you should not read on the day of exam because I think that will not help you anything, and it will even give you, like ma'am, exam is all about recall.
Yes.
What you study in 1 year or 5 years, you have to give in 3 hours.
Yes.
So ma'am, for that you should have very very fresh mind. And the questions are, ma'am, not from a different world. They are
That's
from.
true. Do you think that the questions were very much from the regular class notes that we have done?
Yeah, ma'am. I studied very less material other
Okay.
than this, and
So
I'm very glad.
And in fact, probably that was good for you because
It was enough for me, ma'am.
yeah, because when you start widening your horizon, you will not be able to revise it, and anything that you're not able to revise, you will not be able to recall in the exam as well.
You should at least, I think, you should at least read 4, 5, 6, 7 times to retain that thing.
Right. So you feel that at least 4 or 5 readings of the notes is,
Yeah, ma'am.
is mandatory to
Mandatory,
sort
ma'am,
of
mandatory.
recall. Right. And coming to the testing part, did you give the subject-wise test also?
Ma'am, I, like in the last 5 or 6 months, I was very dependent on this
Okay.
DAMS test series app,
Okay.
and
So-
I made good notes out of it also.
Okay. And they turned out to be high yielding.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm like in 1 and 2 hours, you cannot get more than that.
Yes. Right. Okay. And anything that you want to comment on the paper, not the questions, but generally, when you talk about part A, part B, or part C, you think the paper was very much doable, or it was something unique, or
In my opinion, that everyone thinks that part C is deciding, rank deciding, but I think part A is the real champion.
Okay.
Because what I did, in last 1 week, I only read physiology and biochemistry.
Okay.
Because
Was it because they were your weak subjects or volatile, I should
ma'am,
say?
yeah, they were very volatile.
Right.
And this turned out to be very helpful, ma'am, because part C, medicine, surgery, it's the same what you read in the final year.
Right. Okay. And how many questions did you attempt?
Ma'am, I attempted all 300 questions.
Wow. So you attempted all 300. That's amazing. That's great. But I think that has worked out for you
Yeah,
because
ma'am.
the negative is really less. And,
Really less.
And you
And you
should
can
go
rule
on.
out easily 1 or 2 options very easily.
Okay, that's amazing. And any of the DAMS teachers that you typically think have been contributing to what you have performed?
Ma'am, definitely we should know. Matlab, everyone mentions Sumer sir's name. That's like by default, and ma'am, your name by default.
No, it's not like that.
And ma'am, all the short subject teacher were also really good. And
Right.
anatomy, Pawar sir
Okay.
was excellent.
Yes, I think the way he makes you visualize everything
Yeah,
becomes very, very nice. Right, that's great. And any advice that you would want to give to your juniors who may be starting right now and they are in a dilemma whether they should do regular or a TND? What do you think should be the deciding factor?
Ma'am, personally, as I am a like I have told you that I first, second, third, fourth, I have not done even a single quizzing like foundation, pre-foundation. I haven't done anything.
Okay.
I simply relied on DAM's regular courses,
Okay.
and that turned out to be very helpful. So, ma'am, whenever some junior asks me what should I do, I suggest them you should take a regular class, and you should not skip even a single classes. Even if you are pro in that subject, you
Right.
should be there, listen it out.
Right.
It will help you.
Okay, so that's I think quite important, because your idea has been, if you do not have your set of notes which are made by you and you haven't cleared the concepts, then yes, it should be a regular course, right? And any motivation line that you want to give to your juniors who are going to prepare for next year, or and they are watching your video?
I want to say that don't read everything.
Okay.
You should know. It's important to know what you should not read.
Okay.
Then what you should read. So
Right.
read limited things, but out of those things that should be on your fingertips.
Yes.
And don't study multiple books. Like, ma'am, some students are reading this book, that book.
Yeah.
Stick to a single book, because the materials are all same.
Yeah.
But in different way, they are all same. Stick to single book. Read it multiple times. Be concise. Read it fast. And always
the
be.
single thing for you has been your notes.
Yeah, exactly, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. So yes, keep it concise, make it repetitive,
Yeah, ma'am.
and give the grand test, listen to the videos,
And don't be dismotivated at the mid-time, or always keep your same level of endurance at the beginning and at the end.
wonderful. So I think that is a good thing to say, and that's a good thing to do as well. You have to maintain the same enthusiasm and be positive, and you can do it just like Ashish has done. So this is great. Thank you so much, Ashish.
ma'am.
We wish you all the best for your bright future ahead,
Thank you, ma'am.
and it was a pleasure having you around. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.